Good morning. Hello. My name is Joseph Greenwell. My preferred gender pronouns are he, him, and his, and I have the honor of serving as the Associate Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs and the Dean of Students at the great UC Berkeley. I want to personally welcome all of the students, faculty, staff, Cal parents, Cal alumni, friends to the commencement celebration celebrating our class of 2015. As the Associate Vice Chancellor and the Dean of Students, I have the opportunity to partner with and be inspired by your amazing students. I congratulate each of you on your students' accomplishments. Furthermore, I want to thank you for allowing me and our community the opportunity to engage with your student during their time at Cal. Their presence on this campus has made us a better university and will live far past this day as they continue to be proud Cal alumni. With that said, it is now time to start our celebration. Please stand and welcome the graduating class of 2015 and the members of the official stage party.
Will everyone please rise for the national anthem? Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the
Graduates, family, friends, and guests, welcome to the University of California, Berkeley, and to the December 2015 commencement. As Berkeley's 10th Chancellor, it is my distinct honor and pleasure to preside over today's celebration of the graduation of the class of 2015. So graduates, today is your day. Today you join and renew the long line of alumni reaching back to 1868, whose lives are forever entwined with this great university. Today you become one of some 465,000 living alumni worldwide who can proudly call themselves Berkeley graduates and sometimes Cal Bears. Now, everyone here has traveled a distinctive path to arrive at today's stage. Some of you are the first in your family to graduate from college. Others are fourth-generation Cal students. But whether you've come to Berkeley from near or far, whether you're from one of our local Bay Area communities or from countries around the world, okay, thank you. Today's event has special significance for every one of you. The entire Cal community is proud of your achievements, but today, no one is prouder than those who have stood by you with understanding, with love and support. Graduates, please join me in thanking your families, partners, children, friends, and mentors, everyone who has helped pave the way for your being here today. Graduates, commencement, as you know, is a time-honored ritual. It's a major milestone in each of your lives, and it recognizes the transforming experience of your time at Berkeley in the company of our brilliant faculty, our dedicated staff, and your diverse and talented classmates. But when all is said and done, we gather today to celebrate your extraordinary accomplishment. You have been educated at the world's finest public university. But I use the word public not because it qualifies the preeminence of what is now your alma mater, but because Berkeley's public attributes, contributions, and very being is something we are all proud of and know makes us even better than our private peers. Okay. Berkeley has provided you, of course, with a rigorous education that has always been focused on and informed by the centrality of the idea of the public good. You've learned through critical reflection on and engagement with some of the most fundamental human debates and questions. You've had to develop and perfect your skills of critical reflection and engaged study. You've not only learned so much that is new, but you've also participated in the production and development of the knowledge that is expanding our imaginative and technological frontiers, often through research being done right here at Berkeley. And you have asked yourselves and each other the most challenging moral and intellectual questions about meaning and purpose in our lives and our society. As Berkeley graduates, you are as well prepared as possible to negotiate a future that is being transformed so quickly by technology, by expanding globalization, by changing social and economic structures, new cultural and political challenges, and dangerous environmental trends. Indeed, if we have done our job well, you will not just negotiate the challenges ahead. You, like so many Berkeley grads before you, will be leaders and inventors and innovators in finding ways to meet and overcome these challenges. The world you enter is full of excitement and promise. But let there be no doubt that you must also now more fully confront a world that is rife with inequality, with prejudice, with fear, and with violence. We are living in a time when mass shootings, acts of terrorism, and police killings are far too common. We hear irresponsible political rhetoric sowing distrust, resentment, and even open hostility towards our fellow citizens. We see political figures in Europe and America rejecting any obligation to world's refugees who make up the present-day version of what has made this country so great. We have seen some argue that we should bar entry to our country on the basis of religious faith, or some even having the temerity to praise shameful historical episodes in which entire groups of our citizens were interned on the basis of national origin. These are, in short, dangerous and even cruel times. At the same time, however, today more than ever, we must not forget that our best qualities are now and have always been built on the principles of compassion and inclusion, and on an ever-renewed recommitment to the principle of a plural and open society. Indeed, our collective belief in the democratic ideal of equal opportunity for all is what most distinguishes us, both as a society and as a university. There's a strange disconnect across the land, and not just in the broader political debate, but also and especially in some ways at universities in America. On many college campuses, we've heard demands for recognition of past wrongs, along with a heightened attention to the goal of ensuring a sense of belonging for all students. Too often, however, current debates have pitted a cultural commitment to inclusion against the fear that the process of creating such inclusiveness may somehow compromise our constitutional guarantee of freedom of speech and our campus-based embrace of academic freedom. We must not squander our current moment in such false choices and misdirected dissension. Instead, we have the opportunity to recognize and, when necessary, rail against the ethical burdens of our history, the heavy and often uncomfortable weight of our past, not just to measure progress, but also to register continued protest at our present, and perhaps most important of all, to express our resolute hope for the future. Much as many of us might like to forget the long history of wrongs, we can no more erase that past than we can rest assured that we are not repeating some measure of it. Indeed, our best way to ensure that we minimize the repetitions of past wrongs is to remain committed to looking squarely at them, no matter how much they may offend and even horrify us. Nor is this only about the past. A willingness to interrogate and challenge the injustices and complacencies of our own place and time has long been the special province of the public sphere of universities in general, and most of all, of this university, whose robustness is rightly celebrated as the hallmark of our identity and our values. In some, I believe we must hold fast to the traditions and values that create the shared foundation for both our unparalleled intellectual honesty and our deep, deep sense of public mission. As an academic community, united both by a common faith in the preeminence of knowledge and a shared sense of ethical imperatives, we celebrate debate, we celebrate contestation, and even critique. At Berkeley, we're not frightened by big, provocative ideas. Indeed, we know there are times when we tolerate speech we do not like and that may even offend us. At the same time, however, we need to ensure that all of our students are part not just of our intellectual, but also our moral community. Many of our students are weary of fighting for level ground on which to enter debates, to call out prejudice, to acknowledge the quotidian ways in which racism or other forms of invidious presumption and stereotyping can inhibit not just free speech, but full membership in the university community. But these are not easy issues. There are no universally accepted formula to guide us in everything we say or do, even with the best of intent. But as a university, we can all commit to the relentless struggle to connect our values and our aspirations in accordance with the totality of ideals that makes this university so great, a leader both as an institution and as an assemblage of extraordinary individuals. Now, I fully expect you will take these lofty ideals with you long after you leave Berkeley. Indeed, that Berkeley's ideals will live on through the lives you will lead long after you pass through Sather Gate one more time to enter the worlds that await you. Graduates, this commencement does mark a turning point for you. You cannot know where the future will take you, but as you go, know that Berkeley will be there with you. Even as we hope and expect you will be there for us, because you are now part of the greater Cal family, whose members help sustain each other and the campus in order to ensure that the dream, the promise that is Berkeley, remains a reality for future alumni for generations to come. May the education you have received here serve not just your lives, but your society well in the years ahead. May your lives be richly rewarding and fulfilling. May you enjoy much happiness. Congratulations and good luck, class of 2015. Fiat Lux and go Bears! So now I'd like to introduce our student speaker, Jonathan Soormaghen. Raised in the San Fernando Valley, Jonathan is a political economy major with a concentration in economic inequality. Jonathan.
Esteemed faculty, fellow graduates, and friends and families who have come from afar to attend perhaps the most bittersweet day in our lives, welcome. Professor Robert Reich, it's an honor to be up here with you today. Your work has heavily inspired my studies, as well as what I'd like to say today. For those of you in the audience wondering why we are graduating in December, well, some of us finished school earlier than expected, while others, such as myself, saw at times that the registration service to add a course on telebears was temporarily unavailable. It's been a wild journey. Remember our first week here, trying to figure out how to use BART and hearing people say hella in every other sentence? I remember wondering, why are there so many protests here? And asking myself, how will I get to know my roommate when all he does is play League of Legends all day? This past week, however, our final week, I felt nostalgic, as I've been reminiscing about the blessings that Cal has carved into my life. In retrospect, I never thought I would be the first member in my family to receive a college education. Better yet, I never thought I would transfer from a community college to the greatest public university in the world. I never thought, as a shy person, I would one day become a social chair of a fraternity where I would also establish what I know will be lifelong friendships. I never thought I would connect to such a beautiful soul in my girlfriend, Sharon. I never thought I would go from delivering pizza after high school to earning my dream job as a management consultant. And I never thought I'd be speaking to you all here today. However, I'm definitely not the only senior who has doubted themselves. Coming from all walks of life, we've all encountered unique obstacles throughout our journey. Berkeley opened our eyes to a whole new set of unforeseen challenges and elevated us to truly get to know ourselves. We came to a new and diverse city without our usual friends and family near us, and with little guidance. We had to establish a new foundation, and for the first time in our lives, we were facing challenges that we weren't sure we'd be able to accomplish. Whether it was financial struggles, balancing our personal lives with a heavy course load, or for some, walking to Haas from VLSB in under 10 minutes. But overcoming our obstacles teaches us that in order to achieve success, we must persevere through inevitable failures, and in doing so, we ultimately find our true character. As young individuals in today's society, we feel obligated to meet certain expectations. Our culture teaches us that earning a degree and making lots of money will bring us happiness. Therefore, as students, we often center our efforts on achieving academic excellence. But this is a misconception that conflicts with our true dreams and aspirations. A friend of mine once told me, "Money is just a tool. Real wealth is in your mind, not in your pockets." When applying this idea to our own lives, we learn that reaching our full potential can only be done through exploring our curiosities in all avenues of life. Whether you engage in the socially embedded debate platform in our free and for sale page, or walk through Sproul on any given day, you will see the direct physical manifestation of our curiosities. You'll see a student group advocating for cancer research, a club fundraising to feed the hungry, and of course, by Say Their Gate, you'll see that guy standing in traffic offering to write you a free poem. By displaying selfless passion, we have taught each other to be open-minded in all of our daily encounters. When we leave today, don't stop collectively fighting for causes that you believe in and stand for, because our actions have the potential to inspire others to reevaluate their own ability to impact the world. Berkeley lights a fire under all of us that brings out our true colors, and with them, we must paint the canvas of our futures. There's a lot going on around the world, and so it is our moral obligation to continue improving as individuals, bettering our communities, and bring merit to those who did not have the opportunity to be here today. You have shown that you are innovative. You have displayed originality. But it doesn't have to end here. Continue being curious. Continue being yourself. To everyone who's helped me throughout my journey, I sincerely thank you. And I am deeply humbled to have had this opportunity to speak before you all, especially you, Mom. On behalf of our graduating class, thank you all so much for your continued love and support. May our futures be as bright as the smiles on our faces today. Go Bears!
Greetings. My name is Dianne Chung, and I'm the chair of December Commencement for the Californians, the student organization that plans this important day. I am so thrilled and honored to introduce our keynote speaker, Robert Reich. Professor Reich is a political economist, commentator, and author. At UC Berkeley, he is the Chancellor's Professor of Public Policy and Senior Fellow at the Blum Center for Developing Economies. He teaches a very popular class at Cal called Wealth and Poverty. He served in 3 national administrations, most recently as Secretary of Labor under President Bill Clinton. Time magazine named him one of the 10 most effective cabinet secretaries of the 20th century. He has written 14 books, including the bestsellers Aftershock, The Work of Nations, and Beyond Outrage. His new book, Saving Capitalism, was just released. He is also a founding editor of the American Prospect magazine and chairman of Common Cause. His film, Inequality for All, is available on Netflix, iTunes, and Amazon. In speaking to a crowd of thousands on campus in 2011, Professor Reich recalled being bullied as a child and the older boy who protected him. He said that experience motivated his lifelong commitment to, in his words, fight the bullies, protect the powerless, and make sure that the people without a voice have a voice. Thank you, Professor Reich, for inspiring Cal students to get behind this important effort. Please join me in welcoming him to the podium.
Well, thank you so much, Dianne. Chancellor Dirks, deans, faculty, Jonathan, thank you for that great address. Alumni, friends, parents, significant others, and insignificant others, members of the great class of 2015. As you can see, the economy has worn me down. But we are in a recovery. As former Secretary of Labor, I do have to warn you, it's still a lousy job market. But there are two pieces of good news I want to share with you. First, college graduates are doing far better than they did last year. And secondly, in a few minutes, you're going to be a graduate of the best public university in the world. And with your degree, you will be on the winning side of the Great Divide. Now, that Great Divide is one of the largest challenges we confront as a society. And it's not just in the United States, but it's in almost all other countries as well. The United States, along with other rich countries, is heading back to the wealth concentrations last seen in the Gilded Age of the 19th century. Now, the American economy today is about twice as large as it was 30 years ago. But the median income has barely risen. Now, when I say median income, that's different from average, right? I mean, Shaquille O'Neal, that basketball player, and I have an average height of 6'2". Do you get my drift? People at the top bring up the average, so that's why we need to look at the median, half above, half below, and median incomes have barely increased, adjusted for inflation, over the past 35 years. Most of the income and wealth has gone to the top. Now, when I say this, sometimes I'm accused of being a class warrior. I am not a class warrior. I'm a class worrier. There's a difference, 2 letters, but it's more than that. I worry about a nation, a society growing too divided, with a middle class that is shrinking. An economy cannot be sustained as an economy when the vast middle class and the poor don't have enough purchasing power to buy what the economy can produce. A democracy cannot be sustained when the rich have enough political purchasing power to buy what elected officials can produce. Now, why this fundamental change? What has occurred? Now, partly it is due to, over the last 35 years, something we call globalization. Globalization is one of those words to have gone directly from obscurity to meaninglessness without any intervening period of coherence. But I'm talking, when I say globalization, I mean the integration of not only product markets, but also direct investment, and also to some extent immigration, everything else that brings the world together. Gone forever are the good manufacturing jobs for Americans without much education. But partly it's also due to labor replacing technologies that have replaced bank tellers and telephone operators and elevator operators and service station attendants, and soon many professional services. The problem is not the number of jobs. Jobs are returning. The problem is that the wages of most of the jobs that are returning are lower than the jobs that were lost during the Great Recession. At the same time, Americans are segregating by income into different towns and cities, more than we've ever segregated before. Being rich in America essentially means not having to come across anybody who's not. Moreover, widening inequality and climate change together are conspiring all over the world to impose hardship where supplies of food and water are growing scarce, where the poor live in low-lying areas that are prone to flooding, or in homes most likely damaged by extreme weather. You see how these issues are absolutely inextricably related to one another. The challenge is daunting, but we have no choice but to reverse these trends. And they will be reversed, either through reforms or populist insurrection. Reform is the more prudent direction. Now, 3 things I'd like you to carry away with you. A recent study showed that a week after graduating, only 2% of graduates remembered anything their commencement speaker said. So I'm going to be very pointed about these 3 things, all right? And if I come across any one of you, certainly within the next 2 months, I'm going to ask you what these 3 things were. Number 1, first, in this era of widening inequality, always make sure to respect those who don't have the education or the status you do. A college degree is not a license for arrogance. In fact, respect everybody you work with, regardless of their station. My first job 50 years ago was working in the Senate office of Robert F. Kennedy. It sounds glamorous, but my job was not glamorous. I ran his signature machine. You know what that is? There's a little pen at the end of a long wooden handle, and I would push a little button and make sure that all of the letters to constituents were lined up exactly right so that the pen and his signature were appropriate and lined up nicely. It was a fine job, but after 3 months I was going crazy. I was so bored that I did something that I'm not terribly proud of. Will you keep it in this room, please, what I'm about to tell you? Well, I snuck in at night, and on the same typewriters, the Selectric we then had, typewriters that the secretarial pool then used, I wrote letters on Robert F. Kennedy stationery to my friends. And they were letters like, "Dear Mr. Dworkin, congratulations on having the largest nose in New York State." And then I used the signature machine, Robert F. Kennedy. My friends still have this. I see them on their walls, framed. But then one day, I was after months and months of this, I was standing in the Senate hallway, in the hallway of the office building there, and the elevator doors opened, and out came from the elevator Senator Robert F. Kennedy, surrounded by his aides, looking, like he was doing, and he was doing very important work. And I had not seen him. I had not even laid eyes on him. I saw his signature, but I had not actually seen the senator, and I was so excited. And he looked at me, and he said, "How are you doing, Bob?" He knew my name. I couldn't believe it. He had asked me a question. I couldn't even summon the answer out of my throat. I was so overwhelmed. But I'll tell you something, from that day on, if he had asked me to work his signature machine for the next 3 years, I would have done it. Respect. Respect. Number two, I've talked to you about these trends, widening inequality and the interaction between widening inequality and climate change. I hope that you will help reverse these trends in some way. Thank you. You will. Now, you will be in positions to exercise leadership. You don't have to be a secretary of some cabinet department or president of the United States in order to exercise leadership. You can exercise leadership in very modest ways. Leadership is the art and the practice of getting many people around you to focus on problems that they would rather not focus on. They prefer to deny that the problems exist, or they prefer to escape from the problems, or blame others for the problems, or find relief in cynicism that says nothing can be changed. The role of a leader is to overcome these escape mechanisms, these work avoidance mechanisms, and you, every one of you, will be in a position to do that. Third and finally, know the difference between tenacity and martyrdom. In other words, be tenacious, but don't burn yourself out. If you're going to change the world for the better, even a little bit for the better, you're going to need patience. It is not easy to do. There are going to be setbacks. Change doesn't come easily. You'll need to accept what you cannot change, at least right away, and dedicate yourself again and again to changing what you cannot accept. So, members of the great class of 2015, go forth and do your best. Comfort the afflicted, even if that means occasionally afflicting the comfortable. And use every opportunity you get to renew and re-energize yourself. May your work be filled with meaning. May your days be filled with purpose. And may your lives be filled with joy. Thank you.
Now, it is time to confer the degrees. Will the candidates for the PhD degree please come forward?
Stephen Soormaghen.
So, candidate, you have voluntarily submitted yourself. This is the script. Okay. If I don't do this, it doesn't. Nothing happens. You don't get the PhD. So, you you have voluntarily submitted yourself to the traditions of the pursuit of knowledge and have proved yourself worthy of this high calling. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the President of the University of California, I grant you the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. You join This esteemed group of colleagues who have also obtained graduate degrees, we welcome you to sit with us on this stage. Congratulations. So we now wish to recognize our students who will receive their master's and bachelor's degrees, which is all the rest of you. Okay. Would the candidates please come forward?
Mary Lynn.
Sarah Huey.
Upratim Gupta.
Lin Phun Thi Nguyen.
Shrishti Umarnani.
Estefania
Doyan
Esperanza
Kim.
Pulido Vertusco.
Young Jae Huang.
Jennifer Kuo.
Tony Kim. Bianca Torres.
Eleanor Hendrickson.
Grace Goldman.
Diana Beck.
Kiros Teki.
April Quitner.
Desiree Robdo. Ashley Luche.
Mary Ellen Scramstret.
Savannah Luche.
Anthony Hartsock.
Aaron Smith.
Eli Black.
Asia Johnson.
Gurpreet Heer.
Sophie Fiener.
Daniel Field.
Denise Maganya.
Shohei Oh.
Alma Sanchez.
Kiet Lam.
Lynette Turnblom.
Joanne Zhu.
Sapphire Noel McFarland.
Patrick Donahue.
Yi Yuan Liu.
Ryan Joseph Tatera.
Daisy Lei.
Ying Wang.
Nikhil Goyal.
Kendall Ann Masako Yamani.
Lillian Schoenweiss.
Andrew Talal Mazid.
Chrislyn Chan.
Caitlin Margreta Beck.
Christina Pankaj Patel.
Rohit Kumar Singh.
Seyoung Wan Jian.
John Peter Soteropoulos.
Young Se Kim.
Lloyd Park.
Jung Jun Yum.
Tianshu Liu.
Nils Wouters.
Sammy Chan.
Kelsey Rich.
Courtney Laurel Tran.
Jason Xiao.
Alex Shin.
Sarah Bishop.
Matthew Aber.
Jonah Jennings.
Yue Cope.
Stephen Reynoso.
Kevin Arceo.
Kara Sheck.
Pio To.
Christina Swindlehurst-Chan.
Blake Markham.
Hyunho Chang.
Max Morton.
Jongseo Wu.
Shubeksa KC.
Soshun Park.
Yibing Zhang.
Marianne Seto.
Haley Gorin.
Harue Kishimoto.
David Gomez.
Sachi Kagami.
Alyssa Wenzel.
Koki Makita.
Leonardo Flores.
Daniel Finstad.
Todd McKinney.
Carlos Castillo.
Alexandra Harlan.
Sarah Dankovitz.
Lin
Sir-
Xinyu Zhu.
Serena Cabrera.
Anthony Stavernadakis.
Christine
Qian Li.
Silver. Sarah K. Orpin.
Ulrim Kang.
Colleen Meredith Johnson.
Soyoung Park.
Tio Escaroa.
Minjae Seo.
David Lloyd.
Kimberly Vekleroff.
Michelle Rogers.
Ryan Neal.
Tracy Chen.
Shannon McKee.
Amy Hyen Chan.
Brandon Peter Rojas.
Richard Mojica.
Eleanor Leschner.
Sharon Hong.
Melanie Sabula.
Kevin Kwan.
Ivan Smirnov.
Daniel Clements.
Daisy Rodriguez.
Connor Radlow.
Con Pham.
Uwind Nguyen.
Cosmin Barbu.
Nils Skudra.
Danica Orr.
Adnan Danny Hito.
Alex Sawai.
Christopher Cole.
Hang Lam Lao.
Jenna Jimin Lee.
Lisi Zhao.
Reem Jubran.
Jiayu Ivana He.
Rebecca Haverlaw.
Lishi Liang.
Crystal Hogan.
Anantran Ashtana.
Victoria Fu.
Corey Moan.
Ann Donahue.
Daisy Dye.
Heba Rahman.
Teresa Anselmo.
Fatia Algarmi.
Surya Barker.
Lisa Wilson.
Kelsey White.
Kevin Pease.
Tara Gamboa Eastman.
Maya Oblipias.
Dongyi Ren.
Richard Hamlin.
Jingwei Zhang.
Daniel D. Gabriel.
Wei Jin.
Trevor Bratton.
Randy Nguyen.
Ina Kabri-Basic.
Pierluigi Mantovani.
Ji-Yoon Kim.
Jessica Lazarus.
Rigoberto Limas.
Chelsea Parker.
Amy Lopez Baca.
Joanna Chow.
Dan Fang.
Alexis Cuevas.
Christian Garcia.
Hoa Li.
Damian Mendoza Rowe.
Ariana Chi.
Chang Yo Song.
Emily Lin.
Surab Shah. Surab Shah.
Emily Robinson.
Angelica Martinez.
Deepa Manjanata.
Chelsea Seknan.
Isabella Bustamante.
Zachary Diaz de la Cuesta.
Helena Green.
Ha-Chen Jiang.
Mackenzie Landry.
Yi Wen Wei.
Quetzal Francois.
Next one he'll take.
Charlotte Figueroa.
Sarah Trail.
Megan Riggio.
Jennifer Lynn Beck.
Andy Wan.
Jasraj Singh Sangha.
Manwan Da.
Felix Pranato.
Shri Singh Thin.
Ripka Tanzel.
Seiyu Lee.
Sharon Harjo.
Fang Shouao.
Agatha Chandri.
Shouao Peng.
Ricky Yawano.
Yang Bo.
Andrew Hatama.
Shenying Chen.
Benjamin Schwartz.
James Goff.
Carolyn Zola.
Sam Gamer. Anthony Lee.
Gregory Eritzian.
Jackson Haven Lowe.
Yan Heng Chan.
Catherine Lee.
Nicholas Rodriguez.
Leah Cho.
Rhonda Armstrong.
Dania Wakuha.
Michael Fleming.
Anas Sterneman. Michelle Levant.
Brittany Griffin.
Robert Hollis.
Shareya Gupta.
Giselle Fang.
Ben Omholtz.
Wan Yuk Choi.
No De La Cruz.
Cassie Shang.
Desiree Martel.
Trevor Harvey.
John Cursor Eck.
Hong Jun Jin. Kien.
Juniper Yu.
Kam Gang Kien.
Jay Lei Yu.
Francisco Torres.
Isabel Southjord.
Matthew Nessenboyam.
Allison Levitsky.
Nathan Davenport.
Lucy Chen.
Serena Bocara.
Rachel Hirioka.
Elizabeth Soto.
Ben Yao.
Jenna Brennan.
Yasina Sedano.
Jiang Liu.
Ronel Dotlog.
Bowen Su.
Danielle Song.
Silman Sheikh.
Aaron Kim.
Susana Herrera.
Moon Park.
Jesus Gonzalez Herrera.
Andrew Soom.
Riley Riddle Guza.
Manisha Reddy.
Megan Wang.
Minner Mutatsvitz.
Adriana Loira.
Jeremy Harder.
Johi Kim.
Sarah Levine.
Kevin Kung.
Jason Jurgis.
Stephanie Chen.
Mayphone Young.
Eric Christensen.
Jingwen Lu.
Chang Liu.
Martina Kern.
Victoria Lowe.
Mariam Kafi.
Wang Yiljiang.
Seira Toki.
Jinho Shin. Jim Young Lee.
Sarah Toki.
Jin Kim.
John Hing Yang.
Hari Kang.
Steve Lee.
Rebecca Domby Kim.
Karina Rodriguez.
Marina Petra.
Monet Lane.
Irene Lee.
Hans Birch.
Monica Quinlan.
Eva Rodinez Rice.
Barbara DeFindor.
Janae Andrea Castellanos.
Kim Nguyen.
Jessica Lewis.
Yi Vang.
Nicholas Ornstein. Ryan Fong.
Vong Pachalin Mimala.
Gae Hoon Kim.
Kaoling Leung.
Jun Lu Lee.
Brianna Castriba.
Patrick Hong.
Cheyenne Cordes. Congratulations.
Francis Rodson Clavel.
Danielle Henderson.
Nida Pak.
Norman Chan.
Ting Shun Cho.
Isabel Solis.
Danielle Polino.
Roman Ramos.
Miguel Jimenez.
April Gioso.
Darren Scholes.
Hunter Risha Yang.
Ted Avatar.
Mari Chang.
Michael Zima.
Charlene Ascension.
David Kramer.
Alice.
Geraldine Barola.
Rushab Shah.
Stacy Soul.
Bainig Andreasian.
Ankar Patel.
Franklin Yin.
Noma Iftikhar.
Akshay Patel.
Constance Tang.
Utkarsh Banshal.
Faye Azari.
Jesse Redding.
Celia Del Cid.
Javelin Tachbal.
Matt Thibodeau.
Aaron Tistriano.
Connie Chong.
Eric Chen.
Jacqueline Coe.
Kelly Wilhelm.
Christina Choi.
Alika Momeni.
Michelle Min.
Adrian Furness.
Brittany Lee.
Hannah Evans.
Yanjun Mao.
Zion Barrios.
Karen Herrera.
Hanif Chung.
Sergio Hernandez.
Andrew Cove.
Taylor Story.
Dolores De La Cruz.
Misa Ars.
Yuan Ben Leo.
Ben Jones.
Anjali Claire Evans.
I think I'm pretty good. Ramon Leon.
Jiwang Zhou.
Holly Seiler.
Dukyang Kim. Dong Hee Yu.
Jessica Martinez
Yong Hee Yu.
Esquivel.
Michael Bailey.
Alexander Geffen.
Andrew Raga.
Henry Geerlings. Carolyn Kloseroff.
Gerald Santos.
Danielle Victoria Little.
Daniel Hu.
Philip Dolan.
Or Mateo Olukawa.
Luis Haro.
Daniel Martinez.
Austin Sefton.
Daniel Lopez.
Robin Murkiji.
Hector De La Torre.
Patricia Maria
Andrew
Brandini
Taylor.
Martins. Brandon McGinnis.
Dibyadip Yapata.
Dylan Land Vassberg.
Rabna Abdel Sattar.
Sarah Doby.
Jason Nurana.
George Nursall.
Yara Naji.
Mitchell Reed.
Shelby Lee.
Marina Wong.
Mimi Parker.
Matthew Marine.
Jose Chavarria.
Michael Melnick.
Haley Cashdaller.
Tori Richardson.
John Smale.
Christian Higgins.
Van Vu. Loch Nguyen.
Jocelyn Yao.
Emily Sage Suarez.
Patrick Chung.
Dewey. Jerika Dewey.
Sung Joon Lee.
Nicholas Carter.
Benjamin Lay.
Andre Aleski.
Yerbal Offset.
Noriaki Oji.
Yi Jun Jeong.
Harold Hare.
Yao Lee.
Jesse Pagels.
Andrea Cesaretis.
Alex Templin.
Sarasitas.
Leslie Diederich.
Madison Gordon.
Nicholas Heath.
Mark Lipkin.
Brian Ha.
Carlos Inigo.
Maiko Liu.
Meya Matsuda.
Florence Yuen.
Justina Salinokova.
Emily Sito.
Con Lee.
Mustafa Hamran.
Luke Matthews.
Baruka Agao.
Jeff Novin.
Shinyu Zhou.
Emilu Hodgood.
Samuel Jiang.
Siddharth Gupta.
Yizhen Lim.
Tatiana Lapashina.
Andrew Koo.
Hillary Goldberg.
Sariq Ahmed.
Bernal Jimenez.
Abdurrahman Khan.
Jacob Lerner.
Ruan Alu Shuban.
Chloe Lichnitsky.
Henra Sifter.
Sousa Lapetite.
Anika Latif.
Stephen Whiting.
Mario Eusebio.
Catherine Simone Grunder-Boden.
Carla Hutchinson.
Kyle Walden. Connor
Jenna
Purviance.
Gire Enginados.
Jesse Lopez.
Jay Johnson.
Mohammed Reza Mirzai Badazi.
Connor Wake.
Chelsea Howard.
Brian Zhang.
Mark Lamb.
Johnson Cheng.
Joshua Varco.
Bo Hu.
Veronica Heyman.
Christine Guillot.
Bonnie Quintero.
Ten Shu Chu.
Michael Stern.
Han Yu Zhang.
Stephanie Ann Kramer.
Li Duan.
Hannah Freeman.
Shang Yu Zhao.
Thomas Argaprinte.
Aaron Chan.
Oh, it's Agramante, I think. Agramante.
Stephen Yu.
Colin Molinsky.
Wee Sang Zhou.
Fading. Brian Glusman.
Eric Seo.
Zachary Gottesman.
Andre Choi.
Maximilian Gerlach.
Leonard Trong.
Daniel Grant.
Alisa Majivaya.
Elizabeth Perry.
Jillian Keller.
Ariana Hosseini.
Daniel Asco.
Nicole Levine.
Trevor Kelly.
Lauren Nelson.
Eric Mueller.
Shayna Howitt.
Omar Garcia Dalba.
Puka Lopo.
Michael Highland.
Jonathan Johnson.
Maria Gersteli.
Kellen Stoy.
Yihui Li. Josephine Wu.
Harad Mirajamanyan.
Adeline Chan.
Kevin Escada.
Parisa Lothby.
Joseph Watkins.
Hyru Bakshish.
Christian Ali Barclay.
Darren Wales.
Ava Marag Stevenson.
Young Soo.
Justin Lai.
Na.
Emily Liu.
Si-Yun Kim.
Tony Lin.
Rodrigo Tellez. Raman
Lin
Alonso.
Yi. Junwei Yoon.
Daniel Van Ness.
Jun Song.
Adithaya Murali.
No Child Myung. Sir?
Nir Chatren.
George Syrup.
Stephen Campos.
Drew Choi. Matthew Brookman.
Tigran Terstepanyan.
Francis Allison.
Shaquaya Drake.
Nicholas
Junyang
Maluchek.
Zhang.
Tim Hausler.
Tammy Sue.
Glenn Gillen.
Youngmi Yu.
Ye Emily Sung.
Jaden Young.
Natalie Eskew.
Kathy Yang.
Michael Knopf.
Sidwin Ko.
Sydney Wong.
Alan Chang.
Jocelyn Takehashi.
Mioshuan Wang.
Edward Williams.
Cheyenne Lala.
Anya Dimitrovic.
Long Hu.
Laura Rincon.
Owen Chow.
Anna Renteria.
V. Nim.
Ariel Rathbun.
David Alejandro Hernandez.
Thais Fornere.
Mia Figueroa.
Natalia Karanicia.
Ernique Begin.
Cindy Lee.
Edlin Avilar.
Christina Collier.
Dagandi Bahati.
Sravia
Ansal.
Chilincurry.
Jisuk Hua.
Daniel Mai.
Laura Chung.
Evian Sui.
Rebecca Delgado.
Jennifer Shea.
Carmen Chan. Jonathan Soormaghen.
All right, ready? By virtue of the authority vested in me by the President of the University of California, I grant you the degrees Master of Arts, Master of Sciences, Bachelor of Arts, and Bachelor of Science. Congratulations, graduates. Wait, don't throw your hats. You have to move the tassel from the right to the left. All right. Now please stand as we sing Hail to California. You may find the lyrics in your program will be led by Christina Ashley Swindlehurst-Chan. Please stand.
To California, alma mater dear, sing the joyful chorus, sounded far and near, rallying around her banner, we will never fail. California, alma mater, hail, hail, hail. Hail to California, Queen in whom we're blessed, spreading light and goodness over all the West, fighting beneath her standard, we shall sure prevail. California, alma mater, hail, hail, hail.
again, congratulations to the class of 2015. Have a wonderful, wonderful life. And go Bears!